Welcome back to my channel. Today we have a review of a security camera from Reolink. If you've been a friend of my channel or been around here for any amount of time, you know how much I love my Reolink 4G cameras. In fact, I use them as cellular trail cameras, but today is going to be a Wi-Fi camera, and it's the Argus Pro 3. Now, this is a new release from Reolink, and it is a security camera that runs on Wi-Fi. This camera will need no additional wiring run to this camera. It comes with a solar panel that can power the internal battery here, so no need to run power. And again, it's going to link to Wi-Fi, so you have to have Wi-Fi available in your area. I'm going to do a quick unboxing of this. Then we're going to install that here on the farm. We're going to see how well this works, what all the Argus Pro offers as far as the smart PIR sensor, also smart ID. It should be able to identify people and vehicles. We'll also show how the app works, how the quality of the footage is, what that looks like. It has a built-in spotlight that you can turn on or turn off. So we're going to test many different features. But first, let's get into the unboxing. It is the Argus 3 Pro. And here are some more specifications there. Pretty small writing, but hopefully you can pause that and take a closer look at that. Inside the box we get instructions. Here is the mount. It comes with a strap. It comes with a mount here, a USB cable. Here's the second half of the mount that's going to give you adjustment. Here's some mounting screws that are included. Here's the camera itself. We'll take a closer look at that in just a second. Digging deeper here. So it comes with the solar panel and mount and screws for the mount for the solar panel. That also is going to give you different adjustments to mount your solar panel at a good angle for the camera. Let's take a closer look at the camera itself. This is the black model, and this is available in either black or white. So that is a nice feature. Has your LED spotlight up there, has a large lens. You have your access down here to a micro SD card, and it also has the on-off switch. So next we are going to mount this camera outside, and we're going to connect it to the Wi-Fi, and we're going to start doing some demonstrations and some testing with this camera, and I'll show you some of those coming up next. Now, when I left you nearly 2 months ago, I was installing my new Argus 3 Pro from Reolink. Now, installation of the app went very easily due to Reolink has a built-in virtual assistant.
Welcome to Reolink. Please install Reolink app and scan the QR code on the camera.
She can simply talk you through the steps, and connection went very easily.
Camera is connecting to your router. Please wait. Connection to the router succeeded. Welcome to Reolink.
I was pleased to see that the exact same app that works with my Reolink 4G cameras also works with this Wi-Fi camera. Now, a key feature with this camera, it is dual band connectivity. So no matter if you have the 2.4 or 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, whether it's at your business or your house or any location that you want to mount this camera, it makes setup and connectivity a breeze. Physically mounting this camera to the outside of the building also went very well. The supplied mount gives you plenty of leeway and different options. You can change the angles and height, all that built into one included mount. Keep in mind, this camera can be used indoors or outdoors. It is weatherproof, so if you do choose to put it outside and utilize that included solar panel, it can withstand the weather without any issues. After having this camera working for me for nearly 2 months, and I have close to 3,000 videos on this camera ready, I must say I've been impressed with its clarity. Had it mounted at a location here near my driveway that can monitor vehicles coming in and out or people walking around. Gives good security here to my buildings, close to my house and my farm here. It has worked perfectly with that smart PIR sensor. It begins recording when it senses movement, and then it stops recording after the movement has stopped. So as I mentioned, I had the camera mounted outdoors for the majority of the time. It held up to the weather great, but I also wanted to see how it worked indoors. So I mounted it inside my barn to monitor a maternity pen. So I thought it'd be a great time to walk you through the app and show you some of the nuts and bolts of exactly how this app works. As you can see, when you bring it up the live feed, you're getting that feed through the Wi-Fi. You're able to turn on the spotlight if you want more light. You can turn that on or off. You can also use the clip feature. In this feature, you can zoom in to any specific part of the live feed and get a closer look. As you can see, we had a newborn calf. So that clip feature in the live feed was a very handy thing for my instance to look at the newborn calf, but maybe you want to zoom in and get a closer look at a license plate or a person's face. You can also turn the screen here in the app and get a full screen view. That makes it extremely nice, and you get a little bit bigger picture here on your smartphone, all through the app. Now the app also gives you complete control of all the camera settings. It also allows you to turn on the spotlight manually. It also gives you the settings, whether you want to turn that spotlight on when it starts recording or whether just to use the IR bulbs to be less noticeable. This camera has both options for the spotlight and the IR, and you can control that all through the app. The app also has a talkback feature, so if you see somebody on your live feed, you can actually speak through the camera speaker and you can hear them talking back through the app. That's a great tool that the camera includes. You can be hundreds or thousands of miles away from your camera and still hold a conversation with somebody that's in front of your camera. So I've showed you an unboxing of the Argus 3 Pro. I mounted the camera here on my farm and used it for nearly 2 months. It's now time for my final thoughts. Again, like I mentioned, I was impressed with the quality of the video. As you can see, the samples both daytime and nighttime, it is crystal clear. This camera was easy to mount, it's small and compact, and gives you a ton of different options in the settings. All that's positive, whether you want to use the LED bright white spotlights or keep it more low-key with the night IR, the infrared, make it much less noticeable. This camera gives you both of those options, and not many cameras can do that. Another very positive feature with this camera is its dual band Wi-Fi. No matter which band you have, you don't have to buy a specific camera. For your specific Wi-Fi, this camera can handle both the 2.4 and the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. This camera's compact design made mounting it outdoors on the side of the building a lot less conspicuous. Actually, it's not very visible, and remember, this camera comes in both black and the white option, so you can order the color that's going to match in best to your mounting location. Now, are there any cons with this Reolink Wi-Fi camera? Well, the camera has been working nearly flawlessly for me, so I don't have a lot of trouble to speak of. The only hiccup I had is through the app. It has a Smart ID feature, and in that Smart ID, it can identify both vehicles or people. Now, the camera will trip when there's any type of movement, whether it's animals or people or vehicles, but when there is specifically a person or a vehicle, it can give you the notification, and it will say a person is detected or a vehicle is detected. Now, I didn't have a lot of issues with that, but at least once or twice over those 3,000 triggers that I had, the app was wrong. Now, that's a very minor complaint, and that puts it at probably 98 to 99% accuracy, but I did have a couple of times when it said there's a person in front of your camera. I went back and looked what the recording was, and there was no person. And in fact, the reason that the camera would have tripped was something totally unrelated to a person. So just a few minor hiccups with that Smart ID through the camera. That's the only con that I can complain about. Truly, it's been a great camera for me, and it has worked nearly flawlessly. So I'd love to hear from you if you have any comments or questions. Quite possibly I missed something and you might have a question. Feel free to leave that down in the comment section. I try and get back to each and every one of you. There's also going to be a link down in the description if you would like more information about this Argus 3 Pro, or maybe you would like to purchase one for yourself. Please follow that link down in the description. It helps my channel out. I also want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.